All right, here we go. Salute to Knicks Nation on this Monday evening. CP the Franchise checking in live from Las Vegas, Nevada. Another edition of KFTV Live presented by Cuts Clothing. Go to cutsclothing.com and use our code KFTV for 20% off your first order, man. Let's get to it. Salute to everybody in the chat, man. I'm out here in Summer League, and while I was here, we did have a little bit of breaking news, and that is that the Knicks have signed Cameron Payne to a veteran minimum contract. Knicks signed veteran Cam Payne to a vet min deal. Cam Payne, 29 years old, averaged 9 points, 3 assists, and shot about 38% from three last with the Philadelphia 76ers. Really made his name as a backup point guard on the Phoenix Suns. Hasn't necessarily been the same player, and went to Milwaukee after that in a trade, and then ended up with Philadelphia, and then ended up with the Knicks. So, Cam is here. Decent player. Can play with a little bit of an edge to him. And I think it's a decent pickup for a vet minimum deal. The Knicks were still in the market despite all the Kolek stuff. I know we love Kolek and we want to dub him as the next John Stockton here, but the Knicks were always going to be looking for a veteran point guard to add to the depth. Tibbs ain't going into this thing with just a rookie as a backup point guard spot. With playoff and championship aspirations, they needed a little bit of insurance. I told you guys that they were looking to bring Big Money Burks back, and he actually took less money to go down to Miami. Maybe he realized that his role probably would have been limited, and maybe he gets a little bit more with the Heat, but that's neither here nor there. He's down in South Beach. But the Knicks do make this move, man. So with that being said, all of the speculation now is this the ticket that gets Deuce out of here, maybe for a backup center? The rumors are out there about Walker Kessler. The rumors are out there about Nick Richards. Hard to say. I think the Knicks, as they always do, they like to stack up their depth. And in the event that they need to make a move, yeah, it could be a Deuce. I would hate to see it because I love the way that he improved and really played strong this past season. I thought he developed leaps and bounds, got better, especially with his shooting consistency. He showed some playmaking ability. His mid-range production was excellent. I thought Deuce was great for us this year. It would be hard to lose him in the deal, but the void that Isaiah Hartenstein has left in the center rotation, you may have to pay to play. And I think the Knicks are also setting themselves up if they have to potentially part ways there with McBride. So, I mean, it would be unfortunate. I wouldn't necessarily say something is looming, but with this extra added depth, it gives them a little bit of cushion to make a move if they needed to. So that would be tough, man. What do you guys think there in the chat? Salute to everybody in the chat. Once again, hit that thumbs up button for your boy CP the Franchise here. Once again, checking in from Las Vegas. Salute to everybody tapping in on Twitter, on Facebook as well. And salute to everybody tapping in on YouTube, especially. Cam Payne signs a vet minimum deal with the New York Knicks. What are you guys feeling about that? Are you feeling optimistic? Are you feeling a little bit nervous that a trade is on the way? Creating Homes in the chat says, what are you hearing in Vegas, CP? Well, a lot of people didn't even know about it. I ran into, and everybody's out here in Vegas, I ran into our guy Dexter Henry of S&Y, and he said, I just ran into Steph Bondy, and Bondy didn't even know they signed Cam Payne, so it was a sleeper move. So, I think the word was still kind of getting around slowly, but I didn't hear anything about anything, imminent as far as a trade. Just adds a little bit of depth for right now, and we'll see where they go. Anthony Parasol in the chat, my guy Anthony in the building, never misses a show. Salute to LaShawn Paul, my cousins in the show. Salute to all of our franchise channel members. Go ahead and throw a custom emoji in the chat and let us know that you're in here. One person I did see today. You want to know who I saw today? I had a busy day, action-packed day. You want to know who I saw? Brock Aller. Yeah. I saw the boy Brock Aller, and we were watching some game. I think it was Detroit and the Rockets were playing. Right next to me is Brock Aller. So I go up to him to say what up and say, just to say, hey, great job so far with the books and crunching the numbers to get us under that second apron. You know, the Brunson deal. We are winning on all cylinders in terms of the cap sheet. And guess what he said to me? Before I can even say congratulations, he said, CP, you're killing it. You're killing it right now. Honest to God, honest Abe. Brock Aller, you're killing it right now. I'm going up to him to tell him, man, hey, great job crunching the numbers. He's saying, you know what, while I'm crunching the numbers, I'm tapping in with the number one show for the fans by the fans. Hit that thumbs up button for you boys. Brock Aller confirmed is a KFTV diehard. How about that? That was funny. So, yeah, we just exchanged a couple of words and kept it pushing. No, I didn't really want to, press him on the moves or anything because you know how the Knicks are. They're very tight-lipped with everything. So that was that. But, yeah, Brock Aller, man, the latest. We know they all watch, but Brock Aller, the latest to admit he's a fan of the KFTV wave. You're killing it. I'm going to him to tell him he's killing it. So that was pretty funny. Who else is out here? Ran into Fred Katz. Our guy Fred Katz at The Athletic is here. We had a great meetup with Knicks fans yesterday at the Tilted Kilt. The KnicksFanTV meetup from Las Vegas was great. Myself, Jonathan Macri, Claudio, The Coincidence was there. CK2K was in the building. A lot of our diehards that travel with us from city to city was there. The Knicks chick is out here with us. So the family's out here heavy, man, and having a good time and trying to keep cool. It's 105 degrees out here today. And so, yeah, it's hot as hell in here, man. It's definitely hot, but as to be expected with Las Vegas, either way, it is a fantastic time. Let me loop in our guy Ian Begley. He had a quick clip that was circulating around after the campaign news, and we'll listen to Ian Begley. We'll react to it. Let me just pull it in. I'm kind of on an unorthodox setup right now because, number one, I left my light at home, so if you want to see what my makeshift studio is looking like right now in my hotel room, it's pretty interesting. But we have to make it do what it do. And then secondly, I don't have all my overlays and everything just yet. But it's all good. You guys know that when we come together, we just find a way. All right, so let me see how I can make this happen here. I'm trying to pull up Ian Begley's video. Why isn't this working? Hang 10. Salute to everybody in chat. If you guys want to call me up real quick on the Discord, you can do so. I'll pull in one or two Discord chats. But I have to, after this, I got to get some dinner, man. I'm starving. You know, me and the ladies going to go out on a little date, grab some eats, and get it cracking. Putting in a lot of work out here. So we're going to get it going, man. I'm starving right now. Salute to everybody in chat. All right, let's pull up Ian Begley and hear what he had to say on the campaign move, and then we will react to it. Okay, here we go.
Knicks adding another ball handler on Monday night, agreeing to terms with campaign on a one-year veterans minimum deal. The Knicks had also expressed interest in Tyus Jones recently, another ball handler, but Jones has interest from several teams on the market, including some teams that could give him much more than the Knicks could offer. Their highest offer could have been 2 years, $10 million. I think other teams interested in Jones could go north of that. So I don't think the Knicks really were in there from a financial perspective. So I don't think it was Jones or Payne. I think Payne just came in at a better number for them, and they knew they can get it done. So also you talk about Miles McBride. Whenever you talk about the backup guard position, you might think, hey, this means McBride is gone, right? Well, no, I don't think this is a direct reflection on how the Knicks view McBride. They had told people this offseason that they view McBride as an off-ball guard who can handle the ball when needed. So it's not necessarily a direct overlap between McBride and Payne. Knicks now have 13 NBA players on guaranteed contracts here and one player on a two-way deal, so there's still room to fill out this roster as they move along in the offseason. Obviously, they still need a backup five, have remained in touch with Precious Achiuwa, but no movement there yet.
All right, so that was our guy Ian Begley. And he thought, yeah, it's not, as much as fans want to speculate that this could mean that Deuce is going to pack his bags, don't necessarily see that to be the case. Well, Precious is still out there. What's going on with Precious, man? We got to get Precious back into the fold. The backup five spot is still not answered. What is Precious waiting on? if I do my little Windhorse fingers here. What's going on? Is Precious on a free agency tour? I thought that was in the bag already. So let's see. Young Kobe says, dude was a pain in the ass in the Philly series. Yeah, he was. That's Cam Payne. He's a pesky player, and maybe he will be that way for us. He's one of those guys that you hate when he's on the other team. Maybe we'll love him here. I'll give him a chance. But I do think it adds to the depth, and it keeps – Knicks are always keeping their options open. Always keep your options open. And so that's fine. I'm with that. I'm on board with that wholeheartedly. Cam Payne was one of the guys who I had on my short list of point guard options at the vet minimum where I felt like they were going to go. I was glad it wasn't Lowry. Tyus Jones, as Ian Begley said, is still out there. I'm surprised he hasn't gotten signed, but I didn't think the Knicks were going to be able to sign him. He was just making $9 million last year. There was no way he was going to – I didn't think there was any way he was going to settle for much less or substantially less. But he is out there, and it is interesting that he is out there. Romar, maybe a big trade coming. Potentially Aiden Wilson. Salute to Aiden. Jake says, not this guy. Yeah, we got Cam Payne. There's another CP in town. He's not the franchise, but he's going to try to make a name for himself in New York. So maybe, look, he can still hit the three. Plays with a little bit of an edge. I don't think he was the same player that he was in Phoenix. He's a bit more aggressive as a downhill threat in Phoenix. But it'll bring some energy. Yeah, I agree with you, Jay Snipe. It'll bring some energy. So, there we are. We're still waiting to see what they do at the backup center. Are they making a trade? Are they talking to people? Everybody's out here. The whole brain trust is out here. Knicks will play the Nets tomorrow at Summer League. I will be at that game. And somehow, some way, we'll get some post-game going on. I'm in the midst of working at SBC, the Sports Business Classroom, like I told you guys about for the past few weeks. I got the opportunity. Shout out to Bobby Marks for the opportunity. We are training the next wave of media and broadcasting professionals. So it's an exciting time. I'm working with Howard Beck, J.A. Adandi, Heidi Mendel as well. She's a beat reporter for the Toronto Raptors. Howard Beck, J.A. Adandi, you know those guys. So we're training up the future stars in the media and broadcasting realm. Today's session, I taught the entire group. It's about 130 students. I taught the entire group in terms of the importance of building your brand. And I did that with Nikias Duncan and Stephen Jones from the Dunker Spot podcast. So that was a great one. We will have that. I'm going to put that up on the channel like I always put my content up. Once we get that final production up, I'll put that up there for those that want to see it. You know, those who have been following the KFTV journey. There's a lot to take away from it. And what are you doing in your life? There's a lot to take away from it in terms of building your brand. So tremendous opportunity. Grateful for it. Meeting a lot of people out here. A lot of KFTV fans out here. So we are continuing to make waves. And I definitely appreciate all the fans for just supporting us. Like, share, subscribe. Hit that thumbs up button for your boys. Support our sponsors. Support the wave. Support our content creators, man. All right? All right, well, let's see. Do we have anything else on the burner? I'll get Stilico up here. I'll load Stilico up on the Discord. Stilico, how you feeling, man?
Check 1 2, check 1 2.
Live and direct. How you feeling, brother?
Respectfully,
yeah,
not particularly moved.
Okay.
I think it makes a potential deuce move more likely.
Yeah.
But and obviously I hate to see the kids go.
Me too.
But we kind of knew going into this that Deuce is probably our most valuable trade asset in terms of young players.
Yeah.
As far as that goes.
Mm-hmm.
So if there was going to be a move done, it almost certainly needs to include him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, barring like a star trade, although respectfully, please don't bring Cat into the city. But that's neither here or there. But I feel like this means they're going to be marketing Deuce around to get, you know, Walker, Kessler, Richards, all of those.
Yeah, it's fair.
That's really all I got for you, CP.
Yeah.
Hope you have a good day.
Good to hear from you, man. I am indeed, and yeah, it's certainly possible. I can't tell you it's not. That's for sure. I hope not, because I like Deuce. I like the way he played, but in this effort to improve and get better, they're gonna have to do what they're gonna have to do. They're gonna have to do what they do. So he could be a goner. We'll just have to wait and see. So to everybody in the chat, once again, hit that thumbs up on Free Boy CP the Franchise here. Other news today, shout out to Mark Stein. Mark Stein reporting that, which was already out there. I think the report was kind of already leaking around, that Mikal Bridges is considering taking less along the Brunson route to stick around with the Knicks. These guys are doing something differently here, man. They are trying to really put a championship team together and do what they need to do. But, yeah, according to Mark Stein, he says league sources say that the expectation now, furthermore, is that Bridges is likely to follow Brunson's lead and sign a team-friendly deal of his own when it's his turn to negotiate an extension. He's eligible for a shorter and less attractive deal as soon as October 1st or a 4-year extension if he waits until after the season. That cements him at MSG alongside his fellow Villanova teammates, and he names the whole squad. I love it. If that is true, I love it, man. These guys are serious. They understand that they could really make history here if everything comes together on the court, and they're trying to put the best team possible, especially given the cap implications and the cap limitations that are out there. So that's amazing. Tip your cap to these guys. So we'll see how that plays out. Mikal Bridges potentially taking less. What do you guys think, man? As I mentioned earlier, today's show is brought to you guys by Cuts Clothing, guys. I'm actually rocking the Cuts AO Polo, man. I love this, especially out here in Vegas. It's nice. It's lightweight, very fitting, and comfortable. Fits the body. Shout out to my guys at Cuts, man. I had a chance to meet the CEO a couple of years ago at one of Jay Cal's All-In Podcast Summits. Good guy, Steven, and great clothes. Makes very good quality clothes, and they style me up today for my presentation at Summer League. And so check out the gear, man. Go to cutsclothing.com and use our code KFTV for 20% off your first order. It's cutsclothing.com, and that is 20% off your first order. So shout out to our guys at Cuts for the sponsorship. Okay. All right. That is that, man. Like I said, CP the Franchise checking in from Summer League. If anything else transpires, I'll let you guys know, man. You guys know it, live and direct. It might not be an emergency stream because I'm at Thomas & Mack Center working, but I will get to it. We will break the news. We will get it cracking, break it all down. And let's just see, man. It's very interesting to see where the center rotation goes and why Precious hasn't been signed yet. I just have a feeling. I think they do have something cooking. I don't know, man. I don't know. Ari from Taiwan, salute. What size is this? This one I'm rocking, this is a large. I rock large. Yeah, I'm rocking a large. It's all fitting, fits nice, fits true to size. And yeah, that's a story. Let me just make sure the code is right, because I remember we had an issue here where it was either KFTV 20 or KFTV for the promo. If KFTV doesn't, hang on. If KFTV doesn't work, try KFTV 20. I just want to make sure that this graphic is correct, because I possibly may have an old graphic up here, unfortunately, but it is what it is. If KFTV don't work, use KFTV 20, and you will and you'll get the discount, no problem. All right. So that is that. We got Knicks Summer League tomorrow against the Nets. I'm going to try to get some more studio work as well. I'm talking to a couple of guys, Kmart, maybe BD, Baron Davis might join us tomorrow. Keep your fingers crossed. Still trying to lock in schedules, things of that nature. But either way, man, CP the Franchise signing off. I need something to eat. I need to go relax. And I needed to go chill my ass out with a nice glass of scotch, man. So you guys tap in, hit the like button, hit the share button, subscribe to the channel. Remember that the show's available in audio podcast format. No reason to miss it. If you did miss it, go ahead and hit the rewind button, man. Shout out to the replay gang. And that's the story, man. We'll check in with you guys tomorrow, live from Summer League, live from Las Vegas. Salute, man. Peace.